Yes, it is. Albinism is hereditary abnormality that results in the absence of the melanin in the skin cells,
Okay.
especially in the cells of hair root.
طيب.
The adjacent document presents the pedigree of a family in which some of its members, shown in black, are affected.
Okay.
1. Is the allele of the abnormality dominant or recessive? Justify your answer.
طيب. Okay. How we decide if it is dominant or recessive? يلا يا
قلنا
جنى.
انه لازم قلنا انه لازم نبرم على 2 normal parents وعندهم affected
هذا
أولاد.
if you want to say what? If you want to
إنه هو
say it is
recessive.
recessive.
Yes.
Okay. أما
لأنه في 5 و 6 إنه are married وعندهم children affected اللي هن 10 و 12 فبنقول عن المرض إنه هو recessive.
Okay. طيب هون which ones you want to يعني which individuals you want to take okay to prove it is recessive يعني which couple and which children.
The couple 5 and 6 and the children 10 and 12.
ممتاز. Okay, فإذا the children affected his both parents are normal. This means they took the affected allele from their parents. Okay, and this
Yes.
shows that it is recessive.
Yes.
طيب. Okay, very good. Question 2, discuss logically localization of this gene on the chromosomes. نحن قلنا we work this by what? By denial. صح؟
Yes.
Okay. تمام. We work about this now on the denial. فإذا first to deny it is on Y. What we do?
And if it was on Y المفروض كل الميلز يكون عندهم هيدا
affected.
المرض. Yes.
Okay, فإذا since we have non-affected male معناته
Yes.
it is not on Y. وممكن حدا يقول لي as long as we have affected females معناتها it is not on Y. صح؟
Yes.
Okay, this works also with us. طيب, if we want to prove it is not on a non-homologous part of X.
المفروض إنه إذا هي non-homologous segment of X المفروض كل الفيميلز يكونوا affected.
Okay, if it is on لا ما ضروري لأنه احنا قلنا هو recessive.
بس بدهم ياخدوا X دي من الأم و X دي من الأب.
We look at affected females
وعندها
and
normal
look for
mother.
their father. Okay? And
Yes.
look for their father. تمام؟
Yes.
طيب. Okay. فإذا affected female here, for example, number 27 has a normal father اللي هو ال 1 2.
صح.
فإذا it is not a non-homologous part of X.
X.
طيب. Now, if we want to deny if it is on the homologous part, what we do?
بدنا نبرم على affected father.
We will search for affected son, affected daughter together with normal father.
بأول وحدة كمان عندهم two father. لا هديك.
Okay? We want to say now, we want to look an affected son. For example, number 10, 310. Affected daughter, number 12. Okay? They are both affected. If it is a non-homologous, يعني x and y here, x and y here, or xx here, فإذا the father should be affected, which is not the case. This means that he is autosomal. Okay, this means that he is autosomal. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. طيب. Yes, يا قاسم. What do you want to say? طيب, maybe by mistake, قاسم. Okay. Number 3 now, يا جانا. يلا, now we will go to the new part. Woman 22. يلا.
Woman 22 marries an albino man. Her family predicts that all her children will be albino. Is this prediction compatible with the answer of part 1? Justify.
Okay, فإذا 22 she is an albino. صح؟
Yes.
Okay, she married an albino husband, albino man.
Says yes, لكن هن البريدكشن تاعتهم هي compatible مع answer of part 1.
Okay. هلا they expected ان all of the children will be albino. Is this correct?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
says لأنه بما إنه المرض هو recessive وهي عندها فحيكون الجينوتايب تاعه هي AA.
Okay. فإذا
والألبينو مان كمان حيكون عنده AA لأنه recessive.
Yes.
فشو ما أخذوا الchildren حيكون عندهم هذا المرض.
They are both albino, so their genotypes should be small a, and all their children will receive albino allele from both parents thus all the children will be albino. Okay, good. طيب, what do we have in number 4?
Okay, woman 22 gave birth to a non-albino girl, Ghada.
How does this happen?
I guess mutation.
Okay, continue.
To eliminate any doubt that the albino man is not the real father of Ghada, we determined the blood group ABO and rhesus of Ghada and her parents. The father is of blood group ORH+. The mother is of blood group BRH-, and their daughter is of a group ORH-. The allele of RH+ dominates the allele of RH-.
So, to eliminate any doubt, the albino man is not the real father of Ghada. We determine the blood group. فإذا we look at the blood group. ABO and rhesus of Ghada and her parent. The father is O positive. المother B negative. Ghada is O negative. After a logical reasoning of the obtained result concerning the blood group and taking into consideration the non-albino phenotype, can we confirm that Ghada is the daughter of this couple?
Yes.
Can you confirm from the blood group?
أستاذ ما
Yes.
الRH plus dominant.
Dominant على
حتى ولو
الماينس.
أستاذ حتى ولو يمكن إنه اللي عنده بلس يكون عنده إنه O plus وجنبه O minus.
طيب.
بس تكون اللي ظاهرة هي O plus.
طيب فإذا خلينا نحن نبلش واحدة واحدة. هنقول the father blood group is O plus صح؟ So
Yes.
his genotype could be what? Could be أكيد OO plus plus or OO
Plus minus.
plus minus. While the
أستاذ
mother
كيف يكون O minus؟
OO
لأنه
plus
recessive.
minus plus minus مع انه الماينس recessive صح؟
بس هو قال لنا إنه هو عنده RH plus.
ايه هو
اللي
الظاهر عنده
مبين
بلس بس ممكن يكون بلس بلس او بلس ماينس صح؟
Yes.
Okay. While the mother genotype is what? أو عفوا the mother blood group is B minus. So her genotype could be B O minus BB minus minus or BO minus minus. And since Ghada blood group is O minus, so her genotype is OO minus minus, no other choice. So the father and the mother can both give Ghada O minus alleles, and Ghada will have O minus blood group. طيب okay طيب بس from this can we be sure 100%?
لا أستاذ.
No. طب how I can make sure 100%?
أستاذ بنعمل DNA test.
DNA analysis. Very good يا مريم. DNA analysis. Exactly. Okay, DNA analysis. طيب. Okay, formulate hypothesis to explain the non-albino phenotype of Ghada. What could be?
إنه the non-albino phenotype of Ghada is due to a mutation بالبروسيس اللي بتعمل ميلانين.
Okay, non-albino phenotype of غادة is due to mutation in the allele albino allele of melanin. Okay, so it could be due to a mutation. Yes, yeah, Jana. Mutation, thank you. Clear, guys, everyone? Any question? Any question? Yes, clears, no clear. طيب. يلا. Who wants to read the question 2? It look nice.
أستاذ بقري أنا.
If you want.
Yes. Lesch-Nyhan syndrome is a rare form of hereditary paralysis that leads generally to death before puberty.
Okay.
This disease is characterized, beside other symptoms, by the increased production of uric acid. Document 1 presents the pedigree of a family that has some members figured in black who are affected by Lesch-Nyhan syndrome.
Okay.
Is the allele responsible for the disease dominant or recessive? Justify. أستاذ
Okay, Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, rare form hereditary paralysis, lead to death before puberty. Disease characterized by increased production of uric acid.
Yes.
Okay.
أستاذ القليل هو بيكون recessive
Why?
لأنه البيرنتس ما عندهم إنه they're healthy.
Is the allele disease dominant or recessive, and justify? So which couple you want to take and to prove this?
1 or 2.
1 and 2. Which one of their children?
7 و 8. says هل بس الchildren بس عند الميلز عندهم اياه أغلبيتهم.
هلا بغض النظر نحن we will say okay, we will say طيب مريم wanted to take parent 1 and parent 2 يعني الكابل 1 2 اوكي فاذا the allele responsible for this disease is what? Is recessive, since
parents
individual 3 مثلا is affected and has normal parents.
Yeah.
So both parents have the alleles, diseased allele, diseased alleles but masked. So the allele is recessive. طيب, very good. Okay. 2. Discuss logically chromosomal localization of the sickness gene. يلا هاتوا لنشوف.
This is على non-homologous segment of Y.
ليش؟
لأنه لو كانت على الهومولوجous Y and X كان بالقليل كان حيكون في rarely إنه females عندهم شو اسمه
بس هون بس كله males.
disease، بس هون بس كله male، ما في ولا بنت عندها.
طيب لحظة، فإذا أنت جنى شو عم تقولي؟ عم بتقولي إنه هو على النون homologous part of Y، صح؟
صحيح.
ما هيك؟
Yes.
طيب لو كان على النون homologous part of Y يعني every affected child boy should have an affected father، صح؟
Yes.
ما المفروض إذا affected
عنها
boy okay, the affected boy should have an affected father for sure. طيب عندنا النمبر 3 مثلا affected وهو boy،
Yes.
صح؟ بينما his father ال1 normal.
ما هي يمكن يكون عنده الأكس تاعته normal.
لحظة، أنت عم تقولي عن non homologous part of Y يا جنى. شو خص الأكس؟
Yes. ما هو عنده X و Y.
تماما. نحن عم نقول انه معظم البويز affected يعني هو على الواي.
Yes.
ايه بس منه على الواي لانه ال1 نورمال. كيف على الواي وال1 نورمال؟ هاو؟
ما هو recessive
اوكي صح.
المرض.
صح recessive، بس لما يكون عن non homologous part of Y ما في له قليل مقابل على الاكس. ما عنده قليل مقابل على الاكس. اوكي؟ يعني بده يكون
هي على homologous X and Y.
هلا بدنا نشوف. انا ما بدي اقعد افكر، انا بدي اقعد برهن، بدي اعمل ديناي. هلا اوكي حبلش فيهم 1 باي 1. خلينا نبلش فيهم 1 باي 1. 2 نمبر 2 if the diseased او if the affected allele is located on non-homologous part of Y, every affected boy should have an affected father, but boy 3 has a normal father 1. So this is not the case. مزبوط هيك أول وحدة؟
Yes.
أنا عم بمشي فيها 1 by 1. طيب هلا if the affected allele is autosomal، أنا فيني بلش بأي ترتيب بدي إياه. The disease should appear in both males and females, but all the affected individuals are males. So this is not the case. صح؟
Yes.
لحد الآن الكل موافق معي؟ اوكي، شو بعد باقي لي؟
non-homologous X.
اوكي، بعد باقي لي يا اما على non homologous part of X يا على homologous part of X and Y. صح؟
أستاذ ما في homologous part of X and Y.
ما في يكون homologous part of X and Y. ليش يا مريم؟
أستاذ هو الهومولوجس إنه يعني الميل بس يكون عنده اكس هي نون هومولوجس صح؟
لما بدي اقول عن non homologous يعني بدي ادور على boy و girl affected.
ايه أوكي.
فبما انه ما عندي girl affected هون
يعني هومولوجس.
okay, if the disease is located on homologous part of X and Y, an affected boy should have an affected sister, but this is not the case, so the disease is located on non-homologous part of X. طيب، فإذا راح ارجع اضيف let X small d is the symbol او لا خلينا على d بس. let d is the symbol of affected allele and capital N. أنا ليش بلشت فيهم بالعكس؟ symbol of normal. هلا بظبطهم. normal dominant allele. اوكي. هظبطها هلا. let n be the normal of the normal dominant allele and d is the symbol of affected allele. طيب اوكي، لحد الان ماشي حالنا. اوكي، نمبر 3 يلا.
أستاذ كمل.
يلا بليز.
Twins 26 and 27 are identical or fraternal twins. Justify and write their genotypes. أستاذ fraternal.
fraternal ولا identical؟
لا fraternal.
why؟
أستاذ هلا هن اثنيناتهم صبيان.
اوكي.
بس واحد منه عنده السيكنس والتاني ما عنده اياه.
فإذا they are not the same.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why 3
أستاذ ما دخل.
they are
أستاذ بركي صار في عنده mutation للتاني ب 27.
هلا نحن ما فينا نفترض هيك، نحن عم نطلع على اللي قدامنا. They are fraternal since they have different، بس ما فينا نعمل ميوتيشن ويصير نورمال. او انت قصدك عمل ميوتيشن وصار ديزيزد؟ different
Yes.
بس هو
phenotypes.
already موجود recessive.
ما هو recessive. One is normal and one is affected.
بس طب بركي صار مثل الكويشن اللي بعده انه الام والاب افكتد وعنده الريسيسيف وبنتهم صار في ميوتيشن عندها
انتبهي
لا طبيعية.
انتبهي، هونيك الميوتيشن رجعناه طبيعي، هون ما
ايه
فيك
بركي هوني
ميوتيشن
كمان.
ترجعك ديزيز. انت قصدك ال 27 عمل ميوتيشن؟
يس.
probably ممكن، بس ما فيني بقى هلا اذا بدي اكتب الجينوتايب بدي اكتبه على اساس انه شو؟ انه عامل ميوتيشن؟ اوكي يعني possible، بس الارجح انه لا، لانه لو هن بدهم يرسموا لك اياهم ايدنتيكال كانوا حطوا هوريزونتال لاين بيناتهم، صح؟
يس صحيح.
فالارجح انه لا. اذا x n y، فاذا 26 x dy بينما 27 x n y. طيب يلا يا مريم.
We study the mode of action of the mutant allele responsible for Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. In a healthy individual, the nucleotides are continuously hydrolyzed, liberating purines and
pyrimidine اللي هن ال
Mutual-
ATCG.
Yes. Part of these bases purines are degraded progressively into
hypoxanthine,
hypoxanthine, then into uric acid as follows: nucleotides, purine bases,
hypoxanthine uric acid. هيدي normal
Yes.
process. normal process.
Yes.
طيب most of the hypoxanthine
Is continuously recovered to synthesize new nucleotides.
okay.
This synthesis requires certain enzymes such as HGPRT and takes place according to the following reaction.
hypoxanthine HGPRT purine based nucleotide. فإذا نحن in normal cases in normal people the amount of uric acid is low لأنه الhypoxanthine is usually converted back by HGPRT into what? Into purine, into nucleotides. Okay? طيب at birth
At birth, we notice that the sick individual has a high concentration of uric acid in the blood.
what does that mean يا مريم? He has high uric acid in the blood.
يعني في abnormality.
في abnormality يعني HGPRT is not converting the hypoxanthine back into nucleotides صح؟ And
Yes.
all the hypoxanthine is converted into uric acid.
Yes.
طيب. Okay.
In an experiment, we culture in the same medium containing hypoxanthine. Yes. The two types of cells. One is taken from a healthy individual and the other type is taken from a sick one. The results are presented in the table of document 2.
In healthy individual,
And multiplication of cells, sick individual, no multiplication of cells.
based on the given information and knowing that nucleotides are used in the replication of DNA, deduce the cause of sickness. What do you think?
أستاذ إنه ما بيكون في النيوكليوتايدز.
أنا I need nucleotide for DNA replication,
Yes.
for doing cell division, for multiplication.
Yes.
Okay, فإذا number 4, okay, in normal أو in healthy individual, in healthy individual, comma, okay, الhypoxanthine is converted back to nucleotides used in no, DNA replication, and thus cells multiply, while in sick individual الhypoxanthine is converted into uric acid, and no nucleotides are formed, so no DNA replication and no cell multiplication. Okay? طيب, in order to prepare a prenatal diagnosis of fetus 38, we fragment the DNA of the family of the couple 21-22 according to the technique schematized in document 3. The results are shown. طيب, مين الكابل 22, 21, 22? Let me see. 21, 22 both look normal. صح؟
Yes.
بس اللي عندهم البويز affected. يعني who is carrying the affected allele, الفاذر ولا الماذر؟
الفاذر.
لا ما زبطت.
صحيح أستاذ، قلنا إنه
لو الفاذر is carrying the disease الفاذر لازم يكون affected.
إيه صح.
فإذا مين الأفكتد؟
أستاذ مثل ما قلنا قبل بالأناليسيس.
الماذر. يعني الماذر XNXD والفاذر XNY. يعني هي ما خبرته انه هي affected من قبل ما يتزوج وتفاجأ بعدين. صح؟
Yes.
طيب. Question 5 is what? يلا. شو عم يقول يا مريم question 5?
Describe the technique used in document 3.
Okay, technique used in document 3. You remember how we describe?
أستاذ بس بنحط كل شيء مكتوب.
نعملهم بشكل paragraph. ما هيك؟
Yes.
DNA of the fetal cell is extracted, then fragmented using restriction enzyme, and so on. طيب. Now, look at 6, referring to document 4, the result. Identify the mutant allele. ال A1 ولا ال A2 هو الميوتنت و conclude the phenotype of the fetus. يلا شو رأيكم؟ مين هو affected ال A1 ولا ال A2؟
says A1.
A1 like مريم 22 هو male ولا female؟
لا يمكن كان says but it can male.
Okay, since individual 22 is a male carrying only one copy of the allele and he is normal. Okay, he is normal. So, fetus 38 is a normal female since she has 2 copies, one normal and one affected, but normal is dominant. اوكي فاذا الفيتس راح يكون فيميل وراح يكون نورمال. ليش؟ حيكون مثل المذر، اثنين قليل موجودين يعني اكس اكس يعني فيميل، واحد نورمال واحد افكتد يعني نورمال. اوكي